Alright. Now we're gonna play some more of Pale Beyond. We continuing where we left off. Let's see. Well, that's handy. Whoops. I don't do that. Well, that's nice. You can pick off wherever you are on the branch if something were to go wrong. Okay. Morning. 12 usable people. Usher charges into the tent. Captain, Templeton. We're out of breath. What is it? It's Kurt and Hammond. They're about to knock each other out. Come quick. She bolts out of the tent. Best to see it, Captain. You rush over to the commotion near the boiler. You have any idea how much you're jumping the gun? I know how much you bloody want to keep playing in the snow. Playing? I take my work as seriously as you. You don't actually believe that, do you? Fine, we'll do things your way. No preparation, no stockpiling. We can all starve to death, but sooner. Great idea. We're not going to get any more prep waiting around. We need to hunker down. You just like feeling useful, and you don't want it to stop. You don't care about the lives on the line. Don't you dare say that. Don't you ever dare. After what happened with I have experience on the ice. I know the dangers of winter. You're just too stubborn to do anything anyway but your own. And when you don't get your way, you make a big song and dance about it. You can't help yourself. You're a bloody glory hound, always looking to be the big man. Not hard. Sorry that you can never be the big man. Watch it. It's clear this could quickly turn ugly. What the hell is going on here? Kurt and Hammond notice you. Kurt's eyes you before scanning the audience that has assembled. You want to get us killed, you idiot? Oh, because I got Quillsy killed? Is that it? Boy, that's not... That's what you're accusing me of, isn't it? And I couldn't even catch the bloody seal. I think I'm a failure, don't you? See? This is why nobody should listen to you. You've lost your bloody nerve. Nobody's bloody blaming you. But you can't let it go. It's enough, both of you. Two refuse to listen and continue the argument. This isn't the time for misplaced heroics from a washed-up fool. You're a damn joke. I know. I know you all think I'm a joke. This isn't about that. This is about the right thing to do. You still think you're right? Alright. Lead everyone into a snowstorm. You'll have us looking around for a stupid seal until the winter swallows us all up. That won't happen. I'm a qualified navigator. Oh. And is everyone else? No, but they could follow me. Follow you? You'd lead them to their doom. You think I would do that? After we lost? After I lost? I'll give it a bloody rest. I'm talking about the now. Of course, you're so callous. I'm doing my job, even if you don't. Templeton turns his head to you. Captain, this argument has long since diverted from our course of action. This animosity is an entirely different matter. You best exercise your authority. This is getting severely out of hand. Alright, gun in here. Well, that made them all unhappy. Blast startles two of Cordell's dogs, who goes jolting across the ice and out of sight. Still, the sudden noise grabs the men's attention and puts a stop to the fighting quickly. After the exchange, both men looked at each other wearily, their aggression taken out. Two of them left only with a glow of shame from their actions. Hells. Certainly could have gone better. Despite his jovial comment, Kurt is unable to bring a laugh to anyone, including himself. Both of you should be ashamed. We're supposed to be professionals. Two men let out weary sighs, almost in unison. This is a waste of everyone's time. Walk away, making your way to your tent. The two men left to wallow in their shame. That made a lot of people unhappy. Ah, yeah, we did lose two dogs, didn't we? That's unfortunate. Salvage a penguin carcass. The cold has kept the meat preserved. Well, at least we won't starve to death. Not while we're still here. Need to work lifting up and preparing the penguins. Can I harvest from there twice? No, that's all I needed to know. Okay. Alright, now we can find somebody for this. Should have lost a scientist. Unfortunate. Join the photographer. Him for sure, because he has frostbite. We'll wait on this. We'll see what other events happen. Captain, it appears that little stunt earlier scared off two of my dogs. I would hope you will have someone assigned to bring them back. I do have a Steam code for this game, but I am not going to play this game. I was wondering if you maybe wanted the code for maybe a giveaway. You're more than welcome to post it here. I mean, that's entirely up to you. If you're not going to use the code, and whoever watches the video, they're more than welcome to enter it. But I think you should play it, honestly. I'm really enjoying the game, and I've got a lot more of it left to go. Thanks for the follow. And thank you for the follow. Cheers, I have so many games to play. I know the feeling. I can relate. I still have to finish Baldur's Gate 3. I've got a couple more coming out as well. Like, was it Pegasus Knights or Pegasus something? It's Pegasus something coming out. I want to play that one too. It reminds me of Ogre Battle. Yeah, the list of games I want to play never ends. Of course, I'll send a team to return them to camp. Ah, it's gonna be 3 people. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think I'll send the engineer. I could just give him some alcohol later. And I don't want to waste my scouts, but I don't think I'm going to be able to use them for anything today anyway, other than just scouting. You and you. Of course, if I assign them, I can't have a second person for medical. Okay, I'll take 1 scout. Not you, you. And 1 of the scouts. I'll sign it like that. Of course, I'll send a team to return them to camp. Thank you. Perhaps you will consider not firing a gun to break up arguments in the future. I would deem a captain would have better options. Shaw, any spare timber? Who want me to carve up some totems? Totems? Aye. For good fortune on the ice. I'm feeling easy after what happened. If it puts the crew's mind at ease, be my guest. At least he only wants 1. It's still 17. I could put my furnace, but we'll do it anyway. If it puts the crew's mind at ease, be my guest. 6 decorum, plus 10 loyalty to him. That's not much. I probably should just give up on that guy. Yeah, that wasn't worth the effort. I'll whip him up quick. I will never get him on back to loyalty. Not for a while. So 3 people left, and most of them are scouts. Oh, I should have did this first. I always forget. Wow. Do it like that. Okay. Nourished. That gives me plus food for being malnourished. Gotta use it sometime. Furnace. Oh yeah, I need to put this in the thing as well. I assigned her already. Assign him and the guy who's freezing. Wait, did we have somebody with frostbite? No, him. At least it's a 4. What do I have left? Scientist, scout, and a guy who's freezing, so I really don't want to assign him to anything. No, it should clear it though, as long as I put in enough heat. We'll see. Call the crew for dinner. Pick up a meal. Dinner shared and stores are traded. Oh, it was something, wasn't it? 2 jumped up egos, cracking under pressure, I imagine. Never been in a fight, have you, 2 Johns? No, nobody has ever tried to fight me. Not surprised, you're massive, but you wouldn't hurt a fly. At camp, you notice Kurt hesitantly approaching Hammond. I should apologize for what happened this morning. You should or you want to? We shouldn't give in to immaturity. We should be bigger. More mature men. Alright, let's leave it at that. I'm not gonna be starting on you again. Right, good. Condolences. For Quilsy. Couldn't have been easy. Thank you. 2 share a brief silence. You can be on your way now. Right, of course. 2 return to their duties as you return to your own. You've been bothering my dog for some time now. They're having fun. Are you shaken by the morning's events? That? I covered much worse incidents in the city. Yes, but you could return home after that. Grant my dogs a rest. And grant one to yourself as well. Captain, you have a pen, don't you? There's something I need to write. Of course. I've given it a great deal of thought. I'm going to make sure we all make it back home. But if I don't, I want you to pass something on. If I die, I want the ownership rights of my films divided up among my children. It will set them up for many years. Could you pass that on for me, Robin? I'd be honored to carry that out if it comes to that. Thank you, Robin. I knew I could trust you. Captain, there's a matter I wish to bring to your attention. I intend to train one of the crew to handle the kennel in case well, if the worst should occur. I didn't wish the crew left without a kennel master. Good idea, Cordell, but let us hope it doesn't come to that. Thank you, I will ensure someone suitable is chosen. But we will speak more on this later. This is your time of rest, correct? I was thinking, if I die, the crew's fucked. My work would be wasted if I end up going under. Captain, if I go, you better keep them alive. I'm not keen on dying for nothing. I promise you, Hammond, nothing you do will be in vain. Better not. I don't ask much, Captain. I ask you that. I trust you. Better than most on the ice. Do me a favor, Shaw. If I don't make it back with the rest of you, take care of Grimley. Losing Hunt is one thing, but both of us? I'll try, Junior. I can promise you that. Thanks. Make sure he's set up well. He deserves that much at least. Captain, I've noticed a decline in my writings. At first I blamed the cold. Then I realized I would often drink coffee as I write. It's becoming more difficult to keep up the energy without it. Perhaps it's your mood affecting your work, understandable in the circumstances. I assure you, I am not lacking in motivation. Though the stress is likely a factor, I agree. I found little sleep as of late. No. If anything happens to me, make sure Junior has my accordion. That's all I've got to give. I'll make sure of that, Grimley. Alright. Thanks. Well, for the most part, that went well, all things considered. I messed up with Templeton. Alright, I guess I need to assign the other three. Also, I think I should just scout. No guarantee I'll be able to use this to its full extent. Just let the other two do nothing today, I guess. Pretty sure I talked to everybody. Oh wait, I could check the medical tent again. Yeah. Before I joined this expedition, I was concerned with how my report would be received. I'm certain the wreck makes for a more interesting story. But before that, it feels like interest in the great explorers is waning. Perhaps we can renew that interest. That's what I'm hoping for. I grew up on these tales. Don't know where I'd be without them. Others may not care these days, but they stick with me. I hope another child latches onto this story. Captain, I've made friends with this crew. Kasha, Kurt, Jr. They've all treated me with kindness since I arrived. Sorry, I just had to say that out loud. To someone. I suppose it sounds awfully childish to brag about it, doesn't it? Not at all. I'm happy for you, Arthur. Oh, thank you, Captain. Just happy I could admit something like that. It's kind of you to listen. That's it for the day. Remember cure to their malnourishment. And will develop freezing. I think I'm okay with one crew member developing freezing. I can cure it in the medical tent. As long as I don't have a whole bunch of them come back. Freezing. There's a possibility, it's just negative 38. It is incredibly cold. Dogs resting in bed will be sent out. Tucker was cured of their malnourishment. Was cured of their frostbite. Mr. Gloss raised their spirit, speaking to caution, no longer demoralized. Mr. Gloss is no longer, Miss Gloss is no longer malnourished. Chris is demoralized, negative 5 decorum. She's freezing, progressed in frostbite. Tucker is demoralized, negative 5 decorum. Punch dust, now freezing. Okay, still perfectly manageable. Decorum, plus 1 research. They joined a photographer. Something's happening at the furnace. Shield goes in, we stay alive. Really, is that simple? Ah, it's the option. Let's see, how many weeks ago was it he asked for that? Not sure what it's going to total up to here. Feed it. +6 food. Alright. Captain? That what happened last week. Sorry. Captain Shaw, this young lad has been practicing under my wing for a few weeks now. Yes, Shaw sent him your way. Good thing, too. He's got the makings of a fine scout in him. It's exhausting, but I like working with the dogs. He's a plucky one. An extra scout is always welcome, too. We could be looking at the next Kurt Darling, huh? Seems the young ward is taken to his new calling. I had written off the stowaway, but it seems he really does have some talent. Shaw carved up those totems for the crew. They're carrying them everywhere now. It makes them feel safe. That's good to hear. Aye. Anything to keep the crew steady. Good work, Mr. Soap. Never thought I'd see you angry, Mr. Kurt. Well, I suppose we can all fly off the handle every now and then. I'd rather we move past it regardless. I think you could have taken him. That's neither here nor there, Timmy. Salvaged a penguin carcass. The cold has kept the meat preserved. I get to work lifting out and preparing the penguins. What do I have to put him doing? Did I mess up? I don't remember what I said to do. Oh, maybe he's just locked out because he's that's right. Okay. I was worried there for a second. I was like, oh, I'm in trouble. Okay. Oh, we're good. For now, we're good. Gloss, Mr. Gloss, Dick and York the third are marked down to hunt for the week. 3 people left. Fish needs 1 to 4. Hopefully we can do like a happy medium with these, between what these two want. One of them wants 2 weeks, the other one wanted 5. Another meal. Dinner shared and stories are traded. Got close to Shaw quick. I was designated by our benefactor to be the 2nd officer on this expedition. I'm simply doing my duty. Sure. I'm in a question. Told ya. I'm not getting quoted in your bloody report. Calm down. It's not about you. You worked with Mr. Templeton before, yes? Regrettably. Do you happen to know his age? It wasn't listed in the records, and estimating based on appearance is difficult. He's younger than he looks, that's all I know. Doctor, good evening. Something on your mind? I was curious. You've been awfully quiet after, well, last week's scrape-up. Your visits have been scarce, and you've been You've kept to your own at dinner. Well, I suppose I am still licking my wounds, proverbially speaking. Last week's incident was something of an embarrassment. Well, I just wanted to check in. See if you're okay. I'll be fine. Just need to settle this damned pride of mine. Thank you, son, or doctor. Oh, you're welcome, I suppose. Hunting season seems to be winding down. It would seem. We likely have a handful more weeks before the wildlife begins to clear up. Do you ever share your rations with the dogs? They do the hunting, after all. Only right they reap some of the spoils. They have their own rations. I'm sure they'd prefer my cooking to that broth. You may try them. I won't stop you. I've not been looking over the contracts, and I feel an update should be made to your own. Your work has far exceeded your pay scale as first mate. Once we return to land, I will arrange it so that you receive Hunt's promised pay, in addition to your own. Thank you, Templeton. That is rather considerate of you. I disagree. It is only fair that you be compensated appropriately. I see no reason to do otherwise. Captain, I've made a decision. I know enough of these expeditions. There's no guarantee I will return home. My writings are inside a case alongside Dr. Nutley's equipment. If the rest of you return to land without me, I want my writings to be published. Finished, unfinished, it doesn't matter. I'll make sure of that, Kosh, I promise. Thank you, Captain, thank you. I'm only following this crew's story. It shouldn't die with me. Good evening, Captain. I escaped to talk with Kurt over dinner. He kept asking about my plans for the future. I didn't know what to say. Understandable. Now, most of all, we should be focusing on the present. Agreed. It's hard to think years ahead when we can barely look a week into the future. I hope I can answer properly in the future. That would be the first step of my plan. I'm not running out of things for the furnace. I think I'll give it one more week. Could be wrong. Wasp, Dick, and York. The third returned from hunting with 5 penguins. The dogs rested and available to be sent out. As to Wasp became freezing on the sled hunt. Dick became freezing on the sled hunt. Tashi was cured of their frostbite. Unstar was cured of their malnourishment and their freezing. Grips raised their spirits. Speaking to Kasha, no longer demoralized. Grunt is no longer malnourished. Tucker is no longer demoralized. -5 to Karen. Dick is now freezing. Well, I actually only have 2 people freezing right now. It's not terrible, I can work with that. Definitely gonna have more issues with heat than food, I think. That looks to be the problem right now. Plenty of food. For a little while, anyway. Mr. Templin, would you happen to know if Kurt has any children of his own? I believe he does, several. I understand his oldest son is a lecturer of natural histories at Granford. Why do you ask? Well, I noticed he tends not to mention any family. It's hardly either of our business, Doctor. Right. Apologies for my curiosity. What are you waiting around for, Captain? Can't keep up like this much longer. Winter's coming in. Better cover up before the cold takes us. I agree. I think this is my best opportunity to do this. Might not get another good one. 6 decorum. Oh, the penguin carcass. The coldest got the meat preserved. Lifting up, preparing the penguins. Let's see, we have 4 people left. One's freezing. Take requests. No requests, really? Interesting. I think I'll do it now. I will set up. Everybody doing this. And beyond. Then we will. Oh, wait, I bet I have to assign people for this. Yeah, I didn't think of that. No, maybe not. Ooh. Really bad. One member able to develop freezing, one member able to develop freezing. We're gonna start cutting back, I think. Especially 2 Johns, Lefty, and Tucker return from hunting with 4 fish. Mr. Gloss and Miss Gloss return from hunting to research. Ripstick, York, and 3rd, and Flick return hunting with 4 fish. The dogs are rested and available to be sent out. The long winter continues. 2 Johns became freezing on the sled hunt. Tasha became freezing on the sled hunt. Mr. Gloss became freezing on the sled hunt. Flick became freezing on the sled hunt. York, the 3rd, became freezing on the sled hunt. Freezing progressive frostbite. Mr. Gloss is freezing, is progressing to frostbite. 2 Johns is now freezing, and Flick has become malnourished. Third camp. Captain Shaw personal log. Crew have settled down for the long winter. It will be many months before the canopy is removed and further travel across the ice will be possible. The crew will be here for quite some time. The winter is long and cold and carries out in complete darkness. One can lose track of the days. It's tough. They have fared worse already. To have brave dangers of a shipwreck and the ice, of creatures set to kill and maim. The cold and dark are but another challenge that the crew are sure to overcome. Kirk in hand. Before winter set in, the navigator and the engineer came to blows in public amongst the crew. Drastic measures were taken in order to put a stop to the conflict. Tensions were high. This should not hang over either man's head. Professional disagreement turning uncivil is not unheard of, particularly in high-pressure situations. Both men still carried the crew's best interests at heart, and tensions seem to have calmed since the incident. Cold. The coldest part of the world has now entered its coldest stage. In winter, even words and time can freeze over. The doctor is likely to have his hands full in the coming months, dealing with frostbite among the crew. I only hope the young man is prepared for such a task. Look at this. It's like we're under one big tent. Yes, I suppose so. So no more hunting then. For the foreseeable future, yes. Alright, here's hoping we have enough food to last us. Yes, let's. Where's the beasties? Earning their rest. Something they may make a habit of in coming weeks. And you're finally afforded a break from them? I'm only seeking a modicum of heat. Best get used to that too. Long winter ahead. Indeed. Stay warm, okay? Actually, they really don't give it much, do they? Yeah, 9 to the furnace. That was a lot of penguins. Freezing. Frostbite. Frostbite. Wedge of penguin carcass. The cold has kept the meat preserved. Oh! Oh, it immediately gave them freezing. That's not good. Where do you fill up the pot? Mix food with eight of your spice curry. Request tent. Big requests. Captain and Junior. Well, Captain, sun won't be getting up for a while. Welcome to our new home. Nah, this canopy ain't pretty, but she'll do us right. Better than being stuck out in that blizzard. That I believe we can all agree on. It's a strong one eye. Worse than any I've seen. We'll have to keep an eye out for rips in the outer canopy. Don't want the heat seeping out. Or the cold ripping in. See a single hole, you grab whatever you can to fix it. Best we heed their warnings, Captain. This tarpaulin is old and has clearly seen better days. Captain, I hope you're becoming accustomed to our new setup. It'll be some time before we can leave this canopy. 21 weeks. I assume you've been taking track of time. It's been 21 weeks since we first set sail. "18 more weeks until rescue, correct?" Yes. The winter will be long, but I feel it won't feel as such. Even thoughts can freeze out here. I think the weeks will pass before you know it. Still, you have been in command for quite some time now. Has made for interesting observation, at the least. You've been making your judgments, I take it? Timothy flicks through the pages of his notebook. I admit, telling the crew that Hunt has passed did not endear you to the sailors. They remained skeptical. I was the one who recommended that course of action, and I still believe it was the best of our options. Going between the first and the third option here. Still on the border with him, aren't I? Yeah. Maybe it was best not to give them false hope. Indeed. Tim flicks through the pages of his notebook. I'm disappointed by your refusal to take action against Stoke and his music. Leaving room for such open disrespect to your authority. You now look weak and ineffectual. You're right, I should have put a stop to it. Well, it's too late for that now. You'll be thankful the winter has slowed his playing to a crawl. Templeton flicks through the pages of his notebook. It's a shame we were not fully prepared for the leopard seal attack. That incident has weighed heavily on my mind ever since. It'll be a long time before winter clears, but when it does, we will be closing in on our rescue point. Which is also the last known location of the Viscount, if you may recall. Think we can still find it? This stage is impossible to know anything for certain. I wonder. We still hope to find the Viscount? No matter, we've spoken enough. Best we get back to work. Is that the same compass you carried in your third film? Indeed it is. I'm surprised you're able to pick up on those details. Well, I have seen them quite a few times. My family purchased a print of Through the White Wastes. Private screenings. So I'm quite accustomed to it all. Through the White Wastes. You must have been this tall when that film came out. Maybe shorter. That canvas pack of yours? That must be 30 years old by now. Aye. I know to keep my equipment well maintained. You're the same, aren't you? Of course. Never let my trusty camera even get scratched. You know, we barely had a budget for that first film. Most thought the idea was set for disaster. I had to get the sponsorship of 10 beans to even get that expedition off the ground. I remember those adverts. Newspapers ran them for quite a while. In fact, I had some newspaper clippings for research, building a portfolio. I think one of those adverts is in this folder. Why would you need so much research? Seems a bit much for one expedition. Well, this is for something else. That is, well, it's somewhat shameful to admit, but I keep record of some historical figures that I have hopes on one day. Well, writing a biography on. A biography? Yes, I know it's getting ahead of myself, but I like to be prepared for projects that are in the realm of possibility. Maybe. I would like to see that. A historical figure, eh? I would say you fit the criteria. Flattering, but it does make me sound old. Grab their meal. To return to their post, the long dark continues. You choose who to spend your evening with. Set to work. Oh, hey there, Wolf Zero. How are you doing today? Morning. Afternoon for myself. How are you doing? Drinking my hot cocoa. It's a good time for that. Sitting back, yeah. It's been an interesting stream. I actually had somebody stop by and drop a code for this game. Said they weren't going to play it. Asked if I wanted to do it in a giveaway. I was like, no, just post it in chat. Never done a giveaway before. And I don't have that many viewers anyway, so... yeah, probably more of a headache than I'm wanting to do. But it was nice of them either way. I think I'll hang up these two first. Not sure how this works. This is my first week in the tent. Thinking of going for a stroll. It'll be 2 weeks to plan a giveaway, yeah? What? You were staring at the exit for a while there. Yeah, it's not something I'm quite set up for, I don't think. Oh, right. You alright? Ah, yes, it's going to be a long winter, isn't it? Could be. And the food we have now will have to last us, right? What are you getting at? Well, nothing. Nutley scurries off, returning to his tent. See that, Shaw? Something's up with the doctor. Don't like it. This was during the V-Roid tourney and Christmas giveaway, right? Miss Cordell, would you be able to calm that thing down? I'm attempting to make note of the day's work. The moves left Stanberry overstimulated, and with nowhere to take them, bored. How long before the creature tires itself out? The pack down can remain active for several hours without taking a rest. And then it will calm down? Perhaps. Then another is likely to act out again. How is anyone to have any work done in their presence? We'll go used to it. Learn to focus your mind. I'm focused on my duties at all times, thank you very much. And you should have no issue. Ah, Captain. We're set in for quite a few weeks. We'll have to find something good to pass the time. All sports are out of the question, considering the circumstances. Perhaps we can share stories of expeditions past. I have quite a few up my sleeve. That'd be nice, Kurt. I'd love to hear some of your tales. That would be just spiffing. But we may be here for quite some time. Better I get through them at a reasonable pace. I wouldn't want to waste every story I have in every story I have in a single evening, would I? Oh well. I'll let you get back to your work for now. I saw you playing some more Gundam the other day, but you were just chilling, I guess? Weren't streaming it? I was playing Gundam with another small streamer, right? Yeah. You can't stream all the time. Why not? Sometimes it's nice to relax and just play a game. I got a few that I play that aren't particularly popular. I tried to stream them a while back, but I finished them. I've been working on finishing them on my own. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's all we can really do. I could send one of them to her. Have any other things I can really do? Just one decorum, one research. You like Gundams? You know, I've never actually watched Gundam, but I played one of the Gundam games and I enjoyed it back on like the PS2. Can't remember what it's called. It wasn't actually even called Gundam. It was just had Gundams in it. I don't know. I need to get around to that series sometime, but it's got a lot I'd have to get through. It's quite a commitment. Was it called Armored Core? No, it wasn't called Armored Core. But yeah, I like Armored Core too. I played about every single one of those. All the mainline ones anyway. Sure don't have anybody else to talk to. So you might want to put some more fuel in here because I have no clue how much I'm going to need to do to stop all these people from freezing. Because again, this is the first day I've been inside the tent. There's another conversation. Oh, doctor, you're back. Wandered off so soon after dinner. Is something on your mind? Oh, no. I was just planning to get an early night. Oh, well, good night. Ah, yes. Alright. Now I think we're clear to pass a day. Oh my. 66. That's a lot more than I was hoping for. And it's still gonna have a member develop freezing. Wow. I might lose a crew. I was actually hoping I would be able to not have people freeze. Cure their frostbite, cure their frostbite. I'm gonna have like 5 people get frostbite and no way to cure it right now. I have made a serious mistake. Nourishment has progressed into scurvy. Freezing has progressed into frostbite. Freezing has progressed into frostbite. Oh man. Oh, we're in trouble. Next week, I think we might lose some people. I don't think I could stop it. Notice anything about the dog lately? Since winter started, he seemed off. More than usual. I think we should have words. How's the mutts doing? Overstimulated, bored, cramped. They will grow used to it in time. What is the state of the boiler? Cramped, but it works. Nobody's dying. Yet. Good to hear. I heard that one howling through the night. Stanberry? I doubt that. Stanberries are remarkably well behaved. Low bar for those animals. Better behaved than most of this crew. Again, low bar. Mr. Templeton, you wouldn't happen to have a spare pen, would you? It's so cold. Thinking my own froze up. I'm afraid I have the same issue. Blast it. I have to warm it up by the furnace then. Anything I can do for the crew? Really, really bad. Oh wait, I have one of these. That might just save my bacon. Some of the people, anyway. Can I set a second crew in here? I actually have never tried. Hey, Captain, are we ready to work again starting today? Anything I can do? No. No. That's unfortunate. I was hoping I could set 2 more people in here. That actually doesn't help me. That's not what I wanted to see. I don't really need them to work, I just need them to live. I have made serious mistakes. Mr. Gloss and Miss Gloss. I had to make a more concentrated effort to track the days as of late. By my estimate, we're not even a third of the way through. Yes, I wonder if there will indeed be rescue waiting for us at the end. Harriet, now isn't the time for doom and gloom. Of course. But I can't help but think of the Viscount. Viscount? Yes, I'm certain they expected rescue to arrive as well. Who goes in, we stay alive. Really is that simple. Not looking good. Wait, how many people had scurvy? Oh wait, I can just do this and look. 1... 2... That one also has frostbite. Probably not gonna make it. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna have some serious issues here in a second. Eat 12 food with the aid of your spice crates. Keep it lit, Captain. About to have some demoralized people after some people died too. It's not gonna be pretty. I think I've done something terribly wrong here. Salvage a penguin carcass. The cold has kept the meat preserved. I think I'll only send 1 or 2 people out here at a time. I think that's where I messed up. Just got too many people freezing. Captain, do you mind if I move to a different tent? Worried about the boiler. I'd like to be on hand in case of an emergency. Would you be able to move me closer? What is the waters to move you now? Please make do with your current position. You say so, Captain. Shaw? Templeton? Need to do something about Arthur. Arthur? The doctor. Right, yes. Dr. Nutley. What do you mean, Grimley? Since winter started, he seems unwell. I think the pressure's starting to get to him. I'm surprised to see you coming to us with this issue. I didn't take you to show concern to a high-class landborn. He's a good lad. Means well. Besides, he's part of the crew. Hunt picked him out. Well, it's no secret that the good doctor carries a nervous temperament. Do you think it's beginning to affect his own health? I'm not alone. Junior, Belford, and Darling all think so too. And it's quite noticeable. Don't worry, Grimley, I'll have words with him. Good. Better sooner than later talking to him. Lad's barely hanging in there. Captain Templeton? I heard through the grapevine our good doctor was having a spot of bother. Indeed. You may just be able to help. You know the boy well, don't you? I should say so. How long have we been on the ice together now? Then you may just be the right man for this job. We're concerned by the doctor's temperament. He's slowing down in his work and may threaten stopping altogether. Well, his own health comes above his work, wouldn't you agree? Both are matter of grave importance. You will speak with him then? I'm afraid that might be beyond me, Richard. What? I'm not sure what he's gonna react positively to on this one at all. the captain's duty to consult the crew. Right you are, Robin, but it's not just that. I've spoken to the lad quite a bit, but I've never made it through to the boy. Tough nut to crack. I might not have the right disposition for it. Too soft, I say. Excuse me? You treat him too softly. The young man's a doctor. He does not need to be handled with gloves. What he needs is someone to remind him of the duty behind his role. No sugared words. The boy's temperament is hanging by a thread. You want Shaw to approach him with a saw? You said it yourself. The general method proves ineffective. I said no such thing. No use arguing this. We will see what fares best when I have words with the man. Understood. I suppose what presents itself in the moment is best. Yes, no good playing with hypotheticals, is there? I trust your judgment, Captain. Let's leave the talk until after dinner. No need to interrupt his work further. Please let me know how you fare, Captain. Best of luck. Oh no. Set to work. I meant to ask, Mr. Templeton, what precisely is your area of expertise? Botany. Odd. How so? Botany is the study of plants, correct? Not an abundance of plants out on the ice. Meteorologist, the botanist, I understand. Why were you chosen? I have a much wider range of knowledge outside of my field. I was chosen to be the head scientist of this expedition. By the benefactor, correct? Yes. Which reminds me, just who is this benefactor of yours? I asked Hunt often, but he always avoided the question. He avoided most of what was asked of him. You asked many questions, Miss Belford. Exactly what Hunt said. You seem adamant not to answer. I do not see it as relevant information. Everything is relevant, Mr. Templeton. You can only hide secrets for so long. We will see about that. About a quarter of the way into winter by my count. You have a different count by any chance? No. Damn, I was hoping you might. Crew have their meal. You return to their post, the long dark continues. Who should you spend your evening with? Captain, I have heard mutterings among the crew that have raised concern. It would appear that our rations of tobacco are finally running dry. The crew have already been on edge since the beginning of this winter. I doubt this will improve matters. Mr. Hammond and the sailors have been awfully fond of the leaf. I have even spotted them trading some of their food rations for it. Ridiculous, I know. The Abberton Company did well to supply us this long, at least. Yes. It was remarkable it was even able to last as long as it has. Hunt must have consumed a quarter of the supply in his time on the ship alone. That lot are quite addicted to it. A simple plant carries so much control over them. Personally, I never much cared for it. I tend to avoid any substance that could affect my body chemistry. Still, I have an odd respect for the leaf. There's something admirable about a plant that can steer human behavior so strongly. No wonder our benefactor saw it wise to supply them in abundance. How did they manage to produce so much tobacco in the first place? It's as you'd expect, Captain. Just as they funded this expedition, so too have they funded countless ventures, countless discoveries. And that's how their business operates. Do you believe they were simply fortunate enough to have peaches grow in their back garden? I've dealt with similar companies in my time, Templeton. Many cut corners, focus on quantity over quality. It's a shame that the two are not inclusive. That is an unfortunate reality of our world. If some flavor is sacrificed in the name of providing such a necessity to the masses, then I would consider that an overall positive, no? You may have your doubts, Captain, I understand that. Do I approve of their eagerness to mine natural resources? To sell them off at the cost they do? No. However, I also understand that commodification is the vehicle of scientific study. I have all the money I need to research these plants. I have seen several breakthroughs and discoveries that would not be possible without their financial aid. If in return I must provide them with a commodity to mass produce and sell off, then so be it. I consider that a mutually beneficial agreement for all involved. You seem truly passionate about this. I spent a great deal of time questioning this arrangement, Captain. Do not think I simply took a paycheck blindly. I've weighed my options time and time again, and I know the good fortune our benefactor has afforded us. I apologize, Captain. It is not like me to ramble like this. I suppose the tension of this winter has begun to affect me as well. Perhaps a cigarette would help even myself. Or perhaps I simply need a good night's rest. Good evening, Captain. Nutley. Ah, Captain. Is there an issue? I hope not. It's time to evaluate your work thus far. Alright. Captain, I must apologize. No need to apologize, Doctor. But there is. I know I'm not what you would have asked for in a ship doctor. I'm nervous, my mind is often scattered, and the sight of blood, well, it makes me faint. Hardly qualities befitting a surgeon, are they? You're a fine surgeon nonetheless. Captain, there's something I must confess. The reason Hunt took me on, against all other candidates? Oh, it's because of my father. Was Hunt a relative of yours? No, it's not that. Well, you see, my father was Hunt's barber. We were quite friendly and, well, my father called in a favor. Think it more likely that Hunt was repaying his barber than the simple fact that you earned the work? Yes. Sorry. My father was so proud when I took this expedition, believed it could finally toughen his boy up. He was always obsessed with that, no matter what I did. For him, It always came back to how tough I was, or wasn't. But you can see how well that worked, can't you? I've had no issues with your work. Captain? There's no need to protect my self-worth. I know where I stand. Some of the crew have been quite kind to me, too kind. Whether it's harsh words from Templeton, or pats on the back from Kurt, their eyes are all the same when they look at me. A burden, a mouth to feed. You're no burden. You're the only doctor. To have no doctor's better than to have a poor one, Captain. I've tried. I have to accept it. My cowardice leaves me a drain on the crew's resources. Selfishly so. Perhaps it's better of me to... Best not be suggesting what I think you are. No, I'm not. Of course I'm not. Huh. I suppose I've been acting foolish. Now isn't the time to lose my nerves. What remained of them. I'm sorry for worrying you, Captain. Bentley walks off, making his way back to his tent. Clearly, much is on the doctor's mind. Huh. Well, I'm going to end it here for the time being. I have something I need to take care of. I should be back on later. Probably play some more of this. If you're still watching, thank you for doing so. This has been Emyris, Masnokinza, Monoclonius, playing the Pale Beyond. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or follow if you enjoy my content and want to see more of it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Everyone came around here, everyone else got sick, and watched the clock ticking slowly. Everyone knew the ending, opened a bag of tricks, and stumbled over their own. They blew minds away, sorta crippling, just like thunder. And it's gone today. Far too happy that it's on. Well, it's the end of the world. 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 Well, it's